Barack Obama will be sworn in as the nation's 44th president in just 3 days. After more than a year of campaigning, winning the election, actually almost 2 years, and becoming the first black chief executive, it is still, though, going to be a long road to the White House on Inauguration Day for the man who was once a fairly little-known Illinois senator.
Just over my shoulder is Blair House, where the Obamas are staying until they move into the White House on Tuesday. Now, this is also the place where visiting heads of state will stay, and while they're in residence, their flags are flown at the home as well. It's an extraordinary honor to stay in Blair House. On Tuesday morning, the morning of the inauguration, the Obama family will depart here and head about 2 blocks away to St. John's Episcopal Church. Since 1933, when FDR did it, it has become a tradition for incoming presidents to attend a service at St. John's before the inauguration. It is almost time for the swearing-in ceremony, but before that can happen, the Obamas actually spend a short time, about 30 minutes, at the White House with President and Mrs. Bush, where they'll have a coffee reception. This is actually also a very emotional time for the Bushes because it's the final goodbye for them with their White House staff.
While they make their way to the ceremonies, the nation's most organized move is taking place. The moving trucks move out the Bushes' belongings and move in the Obamas' personal effects.
After that takes place, both the Obamas and the Bushes will make their way over here to the Capitol for the swearing-in ceremonies. The first one is that of the Vice President, followed by the swearing-in of the President, and then his inaugural speech. Now, at this point after the speech, the involvement of the Bushes is over. They will board a plane and head to their new home in Dallas. For the Obamas, however, it is just beginning.
They'll now make their way inside the Capitol to the Statuary Hall. That's where the luncheon will be served, and the menu for this inauguration is based on favorite foods and also inspired by things that Abraham Lincoln may have eaten at the time.
Now, following the luncheon, the president will make his way down the steps of the Capitol and begin the parade, which takes its way down Pennsylvania Avenue to the White House. You may have heard that there were tickets recently made available for the parade, $25 a piece. They sold out in 60 seconds. Of course, you can buy some being resold online, but for far more. Right now, we are what is basically the last stop for the Obamas before they move into their new home, the White House. Behind us are the stands where now President and First Lady Obama will be watching the parade. They end here, watch the rest of the parade come by. This is actually as close as we can get, though, because of security concerns. But right behind those bleachers is the White House.
Now, millions could descend on Washington for the big Inauguration Day celebration, and that means authorities will have to be prepared for just about anything. The logistics are incredible here. Washington, D.C. Mayor Adrian Fenty, good enough to be with us this morning.
Good morning.
Thanks for your time. So these numbers are wild. As many as 2 million people. The temperatures are so low. Is the city ready to deal with this? What's the biggest challenge?
Traffic is a big challenge. Hopefully we will get that many people. If we do, just keeping them orderly. But I think it's just going to be a fantastic day. You know, the spirits are high. I think people don't mind any inconvenience that arises. It'll raise up to about 32 degrees for the big outdoor
events. It's like
events.
a heat wave at that point.
You think? No, we're just going to be so warm from the great feelings about our country. But, I mean, it's amazing. Yeah, we've got like 15,000 police officers and reserve guards that are going to be out here. Porta potties,
and how
everything.
much did it help earlier this week when it was there was actually a declaration of emergency, so you could get some extra funding for the city?
No, that helps because, you know, like Minneapolis and Denver, they had the conventions in the summer. It costs a lot for cities to put this on, so the federal government's helping out.
I know for you, this is a big moment. Personally, you endorsed Barack Obama early on.
Yeah.
What does it mean for your city? How do you think the residents of Washington will see a change, if anything, with an Obama versus a Bush in the White House?
Well, he's already establishing a presence. I mean, I went with him to our neighborhood Main Street diner, Ben's Chili Bowl. But I read in the paper he just popped in on a local restaurant down here. We haven't seen that in a while, so it's kind of bringing the lights on in the city, if you will.
All right, and everyone will be watching. Mayor Fenty, great to have you with us this morning. Best of luck. Thank you.